Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us. We have our guest in the building. Our guest is a Nigerian record producer and sound engineer. Yes, his breakthrough as a record producer came in 2012, and he has continued to make his way up ever since. He's well recognized for the key roles he played in the careers of popular Nigerian artists like Olamide, Adekunle Gold, and more recently, Fireboy DML. His name, ladies and gentlemen, is Philip Kayode Moses, but you probably know him as Pheelz Mr Producer, a.k.a. Rhythm and Cool and Young. We've got Pheelz in the building. Hey, everyone's there. I can't, I'm the worst dancer.
We belong to the same boat. Yeah, you guys both suck. I saw you try and then...
I suck.
So,
first,
welcome, by the way.
Welcome.
good
to
be here.
First time.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, finally.
So, it was Pheelz Mr Producer. Then all of a sudden, right about now, we're just hearing Rhythm and Cool and Young.
Yeah.
Wait, am I getting it right?
It's Rhythm and Cool and Young. Yeah.
Okay.
Young. People are saying it's Rhythm and Cool and Young. I don't know who started that. It's Rhythm and Cool and Young. The rhythm is cool, but in patois.
Oh, God,
That's simple.
Why are you stressing our brain?
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Because you know what? Even when OJ said rhythm and cool and young, so I was wondering who does the and then you
It's
do
not Rhythm
again.
Cool
I was
and
wondering.
Young.
Rhythm and Cool
I don't know
and
who
Young.
started that. Someone just started online and everybody felt like, that's it. That makes sense.
Oh my God, so it's the rhythm is cool. Because
Rhythm is cool, but in patois.
I was speaking in tongues and I didn't really makula, yeah? Like I just used to say random things.
Okay, so I would like to actually know.
Why did you
Why
change
are you
it?
from Pheelz Mr Producer?
Change is constant now. It's like I felt like I needed, I felt like I needed a new brand, like a new image. I felt like Pheelz Mr Producer has done his thing and is still doing his thing, but I needed to be the new kid on the block again. And
So you get to you get to review stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I do.
you just reviewed it and you felt that, So talking about review, I mean, your style and all that, like how often do you get to review and think that people should not just stick to this particular, or when they hear and they say that, oh, this person has like signature tune and all that, like once they hear, they know that this beat must be from. So how often do you think that, should a producer even think of changing?
Changing the sound or changing the tag?
Or maybe just changing, reviewing stuff. When you have done so much work and then you just feel that, people can just get comfortable, or you might just get comfortable and then you just want to switch it up and you just review it.
At the end of the day, it's all about choice. It's all about what you choose to do. If you want to review it, then review it. If you don't want to review it, then don't review it. If you want to change. If you don't want to, it's your choice. It's a personal thing. There's no commandment. There's no law. There's no way of doing things. Just choose. That's all it is.
Okay.
Okay, Pheelz, so quick one.
Let me just help you adjust your...
Right about now, do you feel pressured as a Nigerian producer, looking at the influx of Nigerian producers right now? Yes, you guys have done a whole lot for Nigerian music, Afrobeats. Do you feel pressured in a way? Yes, you've done it for Olamide, you did it for Adekunle Gold, and now Fireboy DML. Like, is there any pressure to just always want to do it and meet up with the standard outside Nigeria?
I've never felt pressured, though. I just express myself. I never work under any pressure. I don't compare myself. I'm not trying to take the lead or anything. I'm just expressing myself.
So
I'm just
Pheelz,
making my music.
Wait,
so no pressure at all.
Pheelz, I mean, from the things I've read about you, like when you grant interviews and then the few that you have said here, so you're like that person who just says that, you know what, manna just falls from heaven. Like I don't like, I don't like.
No, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's not. I don't know how to say it. I mean, like it's the hustle, it's the grind, it's tough. But it's fun as well. Like, it's only the way you see it. Yeah, for me, I don't see it as, so I just see it as experience. You get, just make music. If you enter, you enter. If you don't enter, you don't enter. Just keep going. You get, I'm not expecting anything.
So,
I just make, that's what I do.
So your age is on
online. It's is that true? Is it football age?
No, it's not football
Right.
age.
So I saw it and I was like, stop. He's not. Can I say it?
No, you can.
And I was like, stop. He's not 25. You're funny. Do not even
No,
try.
are you funny?
So not really.
But like, so that's
Did you
deep. And so we talked about you starting, like you professionally making, a name for yourself in 2012.
Yeah.
So you must have been what, like 18?
Yeah.
I
made my first hit when I was 18.
Yeah, and it was which song?
Was first of all.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
First of all, introduction. And now that really happens for a lot of people. How do you like? Some people say, "Oh, my God, it was luck." But do you feel like there were steps that you put in place for that to have happened for you?
Of course. Like, yeah, there were steps. Like from church to music to like going sleeping in cyber cafes, researching on softwares, and at that point my dad even thought I was doing Yahoo. He even flogged me at some point.
And it was not that popular then.
It was not that popular then. You get it? But I go to cyber cafes a lot. I learned all I know from the internet. It was all self-taught.
Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break because I want to hear more about this.
Okay.
That's too short to be a story. No, we're not taking that. So we take this break, guys, and we'll be back shortly with, of course, our guest still here in the studio.
All right,
Pheelz
let's
Mr
go.
Producer, aka Really Makula, yeah.
Thank you.
We are back, guys, and of course our guest Pheelz is still in the studio. Wicked producer, crazy producer. And I'm not even like he's a wicked, like he's a sick producer. I'm not even trying to play on words with young Jones. He's the maddest producer, mad producer. I love it, and of course we've been talking about your evolution over the years. I don't want to call it growth because we're saying off camera that. Even the songs you did in 2012, 2013 back then, like the sound is still relevant and it's still sick, even when you listen to it now.
Thank you very much.
And we're here for your success and we're excited. Anyway, so before we went on the break, we're talking about how you started at 18 and you were trying to summarize the story, but again, we're not here for that one.
Cut it.
So please, because people are watching, I mean, we have a lot of up and coming guys trying to get into the industry watching, and they're like, hey,
How did the Olamide enter inside the story?
do you understand how these guys just beat and then
That
it's
story
Olamide
long.
that is your first hit,
That story long.
and then you do albums for him and
ID Kabasa, coded tunes. I mean, tell us, let us feel the story.
It's been a long journey, very long journey. I started in church like every other, every other musical person, I guess. Started in church, but at first I wasn't part of the choir or anything. I just liked going to choir rehearsals. So yeah, I became friends with the music director. Then was going to his house, seeing him play the keyboard, stealing a few things from him. Then I grew interest and then started, checking online. Found Fruity Loops then.
Yeah.
Got a small laptop for my brother. Bass crashed the laptop like a few times because I was, trying to like figure it out. Because it was all self-taught. Like there was no school, there was no teacher at that time. So I learned like a few stuff. And then, my dad is the general overseer of a church. So like he does counseling and stuff. So there was, I don't know if you guys know Maya Hunter.
Yeah, my altar.
Yes.
So he came to. So he came to my. I think his mom was my dad's friend, so he came to he came to our house for like counseling, and so he came to see my dad. And then, at that time, Ekaite had already dropped. I think, no, he didn't drop Ekaite then, but it was an artist. I knew it was an artist. And I went to meet him, I was like, Papa, Mr. Vade, producer, and I'm daddy too, she music. So
How old were you at this point?
I think I was like 15 at this point. Yeah, I was 15 at this point. So like at that time I had like a CD of like 10 beats. At that time I already bought. I did like multiple copies and I just kept. So it was like I went to give him a CD and then I forgot all about it. And then like months later I think he came back and then was like, that CD is mad. Like your beats are nice. I played it for ID Kabasa. I was like, pardon?
Pardon?
I was like, what? And prior to this time, like in my room, I had like a vision wall where I had like pictures of people I would like to meet and people I would like to work with. So I had like Adi Kabasa, I had like Nice, I had Emma,
I have a lot of questions to ask you, though. Please continue.
I had Baggy W, I had like everybody there, I had Bracket, I had everybody there. I even had Marvelous Benji at some point.
Okay.
Everybody there, and then it was like I played for Adi Kabasa. Adi Kabasa would like to meet me. I'm like,
Pardon again?
Pardon again, like. I was like, yeah, like, and then he called Adi Kabasa like there, and then I spoke to Adika, and I was like, yeah, young boy, I like your beat. If you're looking at like, you know, coming over to the studio, like.
If you're looking.
And I've never been in like prior to that, I've never been in a professional studio. It was just laptop and headphone mic. I used to record voice sample.
Before me talk.
Before you get, yeah. So now we got to the point about convincing my dad to let me go and meet Adika because he never wanted me to do music, you know, normal parent stuff, become a doctor, become a lawyer, kind of P. Yeah, so like finally, plenty family P happened on that I want to keep off air, but yeah, so that happened and then I met Adika Basa. It was same day, I met Adika Basa the same day I met Olamide.
The same day?
Yeah, same day. So I went to the studio, met Adika Basa, I played him more beats, and then, you know, he asked me to make a beat in front of him, which I did a terrible job at because I was nervous, I was really nervous, and he was using another software.
Okay.
So it was like, everything scattered from my eye. Yeah, so that happened, and then I met Ola. So Ola and I were like the utility boys in the studio.
Okay.
We're like the
Green-ons.
Laura Fuewa, Laura, all those things, wild guys. Yeah. So we bonded and, you know, we're talking, and then like late at night we would sneak into the studio and record and work, and so that happened, and then I mean, like, it was just. That's how we vibed. That was how we, you know, connected and were making music.
So you need to do a book, please.
Yes.
Like, your story is amazing.
So one of my many questions that I would like to ask you before time today, but then this one, when you said that you were 15 and then you had a lot of pictures, like people you'd like to meet and all that, I would have wondered maybe because your father is a counselor or you know, or something, because I don't know, because randomly you see someone, it depends on the background, like how do you now, we know that you have to write your goals down, you have to stick some things on your wall and see them every day. But for somebody who was as young as you were at that point, and you had this, like, what gave you where did you get inspiration from? Like, how did you even achieve that?
I've always read a lot. Like, I've always read a lot, and then I read a lot of John Mason. Growing up, you know, a lot of Y Ax Y, a lot of John C. Maxwell, a lot of all that. So yeah, so I grew up on that.
Okay.
You know, kind of, you know, mindset. So I knew, like, I mean, like, it cost me nothing. Just buy the CD, cut them with scissors, put them forward. Like, it was like decoration to me, self.
And it wasn't
last, you get.
To have
It was like, it was like decoration, exactly.
Like, just like because you like those people, not that you are, you know, telling.
And it was on my roof. It was not actually, it was on my roof. So when I lay down, I just look at it, and I was like, okay, and then I sleep off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please, real quick, have you met every single one of them?
Every single one and more. Every single one.
Wow. Amazing. Oh my God. I feel like crying.
Okay, so I thought Ojo was going to say something before I say something.
Okay, just go.
I mean, I have left.
Just go.
So now, you are not a normal human being to me. Maybe you're a wizard or something. No. So I'm just trying to say that, like what I'm trying to say here. Like how people just grow up, you know, the rat race, you start school, you do this, and it keeps going round and round like that. But you are, you know, I mean, you know how somebody starts to work at certain age and 25, they have achieved so much. I wonder what you're thinking of right now, because you know, we have different levels and people say, it's not too late if you're 40, if you're 60, but for somebody like you who started out so early, I wonder what your goals are, like when you look into the future, because it's almost like you've achieved so much. How do you feel? What are those things do you think about?
So what else is in the plans for you, say like 10 years from now?
I don't know. I don't think about that. I just take it a day at a time.
You had a vision board. Of course you think about
that.
No,
like I actually, the vision board was not, I wasn't expecting. I think I was just putting out like positive energy towards like that, but I wasn't expecting it to happen. Right. It was just a vibe for me. So like it was just inspiration for me.
Okay. Is there anything you still want to do that you haven't done at this point?
Like you have a bucket list?
I do.
Tell us.
I do.
Tell us things on there.
Okay, I started a company last year. It's a show production company called, it's a 360 production company called Mr Producer Incorporated. So so that has been going on, and that's going on fine because we're doing, I think we're doing like 6 shows this year. We did Zlatan yesterday.
Oh, really? And I've been talking about Zlatan here.
We did Zlatan yesterday. We're doing some other shows. We're doing Iron Mali, Starboy Fest, like. So like that's like another thing on the side. Yeah. So a couple of stuff. Yes, I don't want to say everything on air, but
okay, wrapping up this interview. Yes, you did it for Olamide. You did it for Adekunle Gold, so it's not a fluke. Yeah. Now you've done it for Fireboy DML. Who is next?
No way, wait and see.
Hey.
Wait and see.
Is there anybody I'm missing out from this list, though?
Don't worry. You're missing out a lot of people, but don't worry.
like you worked on their project, like virtually all the songs on the project produced by Pheelz.
Like you would see a
that's what
22-track list album and 21 of them are Pheelz.
Yeah.
You get. So did we leave anyone else out?
No.
So
No,
stop being humble.
No, I'm not being humble. You didn't. You actually didn't.
They play gold, then Fireboy.
Oh my! I love your story. I honestly wish we could keep you here all day. The questions are just like we have so much
you
to
know,
ask.
even at some point, it was as if you took a break from like the YBNL thingy because at that point people were like, it used to be Pheelz. Then at some point it was like, there was one time it was Pheelz,
Young John,
Pheelz, Young John, and then at some point it was Young.
The world doesn't know about the story between John and I. Don't worry. We're brothers.
I feel like
we're brothers.
We're
brothers.
Oh my goodness! All right, well we have to go. Jeez, I don't want you to go now. Come back now. But yes, so thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
Philip. Pheelz, thank you for coming, and we wish you so well. We wish you well.
Thank
wish
you very
all
much.
the best in the years to come.
Thank you.
And we'll be here to take it all in. All right.
All right,
guys. Unfortunately, this is where we have to wrap things up. But before we go, guys, remember that the Ispash crew, of course, recently raided Arika's closet, and we talked about that yesterday, and we got some outfits out of the raid. Later in the week, yes, so tomorrow that is, you'll get to watch the raid, yes. In the meantime, we're giving away those outfits from Arika's closet on our social media page. So if you want one, head over to @TVC Connect on Instagram to find out how to win. Alrighty, guys, from myself, Foladele, OJ over there, Honey Pot, and of course, Pheelz Mr Producer.
Ready,
Have
man.
a lovely afternoon, guys.
Ready, man.
Ready, man.